Good evening. Welcome to day 10 of the 14-day challenge. Today when my husband got home from work, he was talking about how he had some kids that had made some really bad choices, outright lied to him, and they might have some very severe consequences as a result, because these kids that he works with, they're kind of on one of their last chances. It's this or jail. So they're dealing with some possible very big consequences for their circumstances and their choices. At home today, the kids and I dealt with some consequences for them not doing what I've said to do when I've said to do it, like how to put up their clothes and how to put up their toys. And Dietrich's old enough, he should know how to do some of these things on his own without a lot of extra prompting. Madeline is kind of still learning, but still knows what I expect and has not been doing that. So we went through clothes, we cleaned up the closets, and part of this was also getting the shorts and things out of the drawers and put away, because I don't think they're going to need them anymore. And who knows, it's Texas. But, getting all that cleaned up and getting rid of the things that were too small. Dietrich had like 19 t-shirts. I said, how many days are in a week? He's like, 7. Okay, then you don't need 19 t-shirts. Let's trim this down some. And then when we got to Madeline's room, she's put things all over the place instead of, each thing in its, container. So like Barbie's in one, Doc McStuffins things in one, Legos in one, that kind of thing. And she had puzzle pieces everywhere. She had little play thing, like, what do they call it? Happy Meal toys all over the place. And on some things I gave her a choice. I said, do you want your blocks, your wooden blocks, or do you want Legos? And she's like, well, I want them both. And I said, no, which one? And so she chose Legos. I said, that's great. We can give these to somebody else to play with. And then on some things I said, no, you don't play with this, or you don't play with it enough. You've got these other things you can play with instead. And then some of the things I just threw in the trash as I was cleaning up. So I just don't like all these little pieces that come with the Happy Meal toys, for example. And so that was kind of a consequence of her not taking care of this before. But she also received a reward for us doing this, because she has this big box. I think our dishwasher is what came in it. Would be almost 2 years ago, I guess. No, I guess a year ago, year and a half maybe, that we got our new dishwasher. And so it's a big size box, and she calls it her Playhouse 1000. So she's like colored on it, and we cut out windows and doors and stuff like that. I said, well, how about if we make this little cubby hole for your Playhouse 1000, and we'll put your kitchen inside it, and you can just play that way. And she loved that idea, so I arranged her room in such a way that she can get the most use out of that and actually play with it now. And so that was a consequence of working together to make her room more usable. So all of this talk of consequences reminded me of the game Truth or Dare. So who's played Truth or Dare? Probably everybody. Everybody that's my age, or maybe a little older and a little younger, has played it. And I've been told by a reliable source that teenagers still play that game or something similar. So I got to thinking about that, and how this is really more than just a game. It's kind of an illustration for life. So we're always seeking truth. From the moment we can talk, some of our first words are no and why. And at their very basic level, these are words that help us search for our truth. Every parent, myself included, has been overwhelmed and frustrated by the child, the toddler, the preschooler, that says, no, 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 or why. We've all been there, but that's such an important part of their development. What they're really doing when they ask why is they're looking, and when they say no, is they're looking for assurance and information, and they're looking for connection. They want to be able to connect the things they see to how they work and why they work and what's going on in the world around them. And as we grow, we determine what we believe based on those answers, and then we seek truth based on what we believe. And sometimes that search may challenge us. I have problems with some of my words. So that leads me to dare. From the very first time we're given a boundary, we test that boundary. We push our limits. Some of us learn quicker than others, and some of us have to push every single boundary every single time in order to see how it aligns with the truth. And a lot of times you'll hear somebody say, I can't. And a lot of times, can't is an excuse word. They usually either mean I won't or I haven't ever tried that. Well, the only way that you get past either of those is to do it anyway, or to just be real with yourself and say, I'm not going to do that. Truth, again, it can be hard, but it's a whole lot better to live in the truth than to lie to yourself. And so many of life's greatest adventures come from the things we thought we'd never do. So I never thought about living in another country until it happened. I never thought about what that would mean or what opportunities it would provide. I never thought about what I would do if I lived separately from my husband during times that were difficult. But I did it anyway, and I kept going. And so finally, there's also like a version of truth or dare that has truth, dare, and consequences. And since consequences is where I started, it's where I'm going to end this video today. So every action has consequences. And some effects are short term, some are longer term, and have lasting impact. Sometimes our actions create consequences for other people. So being mindful of our actions create, I'm really sorry. We need to be mindful of our actions so that we can create more positive influence and less negative consequences. This not only makes your life better, it blesses everybody around you. And you've heard me say before, if you've watched before, that I am more interested in making waves than just in making ripples. So I want my actions, my words, my videos, my posts, whatever it is that I'm doing, I want them to make lasting impact. I want them to be something that doesn't just resonate with you right now today, but maybe you remember it later and you do something different as a result. And maybe right now you're dealing with some consequences of your actions that maybe aren't very flattering to you. So I found 5 tips to deal with the consequences of your actions and help you move forward to a better, brighter life so that you can make more waves instead of just ripples, and that those waves will be positive. So I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. Bye.